On the day I was fired, the HR manager blocked my path and pointed at the laptop on my desk. That's company property. Leave it. I laughed in her face and slammed a receipt onto the desk from my drawer. Read it and weep. $5,000. My name on the bill. With that, in front of the entire office, I packed it up and walked out. 30 minutes later, the police showed up at my apartment. The company had reported me for embezzlement. I showed the cops my proof. The way the officer looked at the HR manager was like he was looking at an idiot. By the next morning, the entire tech park knew. My ex-employer, in an attempt to steal a laptop, had crowned themselves the pettiest company of the year. After the police left, the office was dead silent. That silence was louder than any scream. It pierced the eardrums. Everyone's eyes were fixed like spotlights on HR manager Karen's face, which shifted from red to green, then finally to a ghostly white. She stood frozen, like a cheap wax figure about to melt. I held my cardboard box, containing 3 years of my youth and a $5,000 MacBook Pro, and walked step by step through the solidified air. I didn't look back. I didn't say goodbye. The last shred of dignity between me and this company had shattered the moment they called the cops. The elevator doors slowly closed, cutting off the complex gazes behind me. In the mirrored wall of the elevator, a woman with black-framed glasses and a blank expression stared back. That was me, Lena Hart. Back in my rental apartment, I threw the box into a corner and didn't give it another glance. The tension in my body snapped, and a wave of exhaustion drowned me. I collapsed onto the sofa, unwilling to move or think. My phone buzzed in my pocket, a text from my best friend, asking if I was okay. I replied, "Fired, don't worry," and turned on airplane mode. I needed silence. I needed to process this absurdity. I was woken up the next day by my phone vibrating against the table. Turning off airplane mode, hundreds of messages flooded in. Cautious condolences from former colleagues. Gossip links from friends at other companies. Our company's name, paired with the headline, "Called Cops to Steal Laptop," had exploded across the tech park's newsletters and anonymous forums like Blind. The comment sections were a carnival of schadenfreude. LMAO, CEO Wang's stinginess finally went viral. RIP to the HR manager. Her KPI is definitely in the negatives now. Failed to save the boss money and gifted him a PR disaster instead. Don't feel bad for her. That HR is trash. She's the grim reaper of layoffs. They call her Killer Karen. Am I the only one curious about the specs of a $5,000 laptop? That girl is a legend. I looked at the screen, but I didn't feel the thrill of revenge I expected. I felt empty, even a little sad. A company reduced to gaining fame this way. How pathetic. And I was the protagonist of this farce. I clicked a link to a Medium article about the tech park. The article was vivid, describing yesterday afternoon's events in detail. Although my name was hidden, phrases like hardcore versus HR, slapping the receipt, and police certified made me a legend in the park. The light from the phone screen illuminated my expressionless face. I guessed CEO Wang's office must be lively right now. Sure enough, in the afternoon, a former colleague who was still there secretly messaged me. "Lena, Wang lost it. He smashed a mug in his office. Karen got chewed out so bad her eyes are swollen from crying. Wang said in the meeting that this incident is too damaging and we absolutely cannot let it go." I stared at the text and tapped the screen. What does he want to do? I don't know, but he told Karen to find out who leaked this. He also said he's going to teach you a lesson so this kind of behavior doesn't spread. A lesson? Bad behavior? Reading those words, a chill shot from my feet to my skull. They made the mistake. They embarrassed themselves. And in the end, I was the one in the wrong. I didn't reply. Putting down the phone, I opened LinkedIn and started updating my resume. Life goes on. I needed a job.